I will entertain a motion to seal the minutes of our last non-public meeting.
I will make that motion.
All those in favor? Aye.
All right.
Oh, we're down to 2. Rock isn't making it tonight. Where'd she go anyway?
Yeah, I don't know if
She
she's.
forgot a piece of paper, I guess, to take her no minutes on.
Oh, we'll wait for her. Actually, you want to do the minutes?
I've read them, yes.
Yeah. You have any quick questions?
I don't see any that stands out.
Yeah, I didn't either. You accepted those minutes?
I'll make that motion to accept the minutes.
Yep.
As read.
All for it. Are we ready?
I'm ready. I am just writing down. Go
Well, we were
ahead.
trying to figure out where you're at, what you did.
I left my notebook. Oh my
Okay. DPW, why are you here?
It's my normal night.
Your normal night? Well, that explains
We've been doing, we went over and did the shoulders on Valley Road the other day. Did some shoulders up on the Mine Road today, and been putting out gravel and getting the holes filled in, getting it all buttoned up for winter. I'm gonna try to keep about 800 to 900 yards in Stan's pit, so that we got something to start with working in the spring.
And it'll be secured, right?
Yeah, actually, it's been real good working up there. Don't know how the winter sand's gonna work out yet. The material, we already had it bridge up when we tried to put some through one of the little trucks.
How many
It's
yards
just-
you got in the yard up there? Is it 3,000 or a little more?
We did a little more because I did a lot less stone. Originally, we were talking 500 yards of stone, and I only did 200 yards of stone. That'll get me started with culverts in the spring, hopefully. And we got, looked on Hill Road the other day, there's quite a few culverts I'm gonna do before we pave it, so.
No breakdowns, everything going okay?
No, everything seems to be going fine. We gotta look at some point in time getting a couple spare tires, for the Sterling, which is also the same size tires that's on the Western Star, so we have a spare.
Now, Rock deferred an expense that you wanted to make until the middle of December. I think it was for a push. It was for a piece of equipment, but I can't remember what it was for. Do you?
No, that's the first I've
So
heard
you're
of
off that?
Yeah, I got,
No, culverts wasn't mine.
yeah, we were talking about culverts at the end of the year, after we see how the budgets were all.
Well, we're,
And the snow pusher, the snow.
the snow pusher he was gonna get on its own, I thought.
I think you guys really hadn't made the decision on that yet. I don't think you guys have made the decision on that.
Well, we
yet.
told him we were gonna wait until the middle of
Right.
December, and
See where you had.
it's here.
Oh,
Not quite,
Wow.
not quite, but
Pretty close,
Yeah. I forget what else.
tire chains, which you guys.
We signed off
Yeah.
on those.
Yep, and I actually got the tire change.
You got them already?
Yep. So, there was one set on there that, there was one set. He tried them the other day in the shop because one guy said, yep, they fit, and he tried them in another town, and they didn't fit on the 315s. So, he took those back, and he's gonna bring us cheaper ones that are the same, made by the same company. Just another, so,
You said cheaper ones.
yeah.
That's
They're,
expensive.
well, what it is this company owns 2 companies, so he's gonna get the chains from this other company, even though it's owned all by the same company, they're cheaper, and it's the same chain. And he says, they'll fit, I know they will. One of the problems that I've noticed, and I've talked with a couple other companies, and they said the same thing. The Michelin 315/80 tires, which is what's on the front of the International plus the Western Star, are a bigger tire. You go to Cheevers and buy a 315 and it's not the same. It'll actually be narrower. And and he's figuring that's what happened with the other salesman in Vermont, tried them on a smaller tire. Which is interesting, I never knew that there could be that much difference in tires like that.
Just as long as these other chains don't stretch out, so.
Right. Yeah, no, he couldn't even get them to hook in the center, the outside hook, but the center, he couldn't
Yeah,
get.
I'm talking about later on down the road, the
Well,
next
if
set
they,
you get are cheaper and they fit and.
if they stretch out some, you just take some side links
Uh-huh.
out, and they've actually got these little chain links that have a notch cut in them, so you can pull those
Right.
tighter in the center.
Yeah. It's like a tractor tire.
Yeah. It's very similar to that.
Well, if you've got something other than the culverts that you wanna get by the end of this year, let us know, because we've got our head above water. We just got a report tonight that we're not as bad off as we thought we were.
I'm just waiting for my sand bill now. I saw Stan again today and said, hey, I need my bill, and he said, I didn't realize I had to get you a bill. I'm like, well, I need a bill so I can pay you.
If he wants to get paid, he
That's
needs a
what I
bill.
said, that's what I said. So he said, oh, I'll get you a bill, don't worry about it.
Is he
So-
incorporated, or is he, does he need a 1099, or need a W?
I don't know. He's incorporated
I
or
have no idea.
Probably have to have a,
not. I almost think he's an LLC.
Thinking that, I think you're right, I think he's an LLC.
Yeah.
I just hope that wasn't his cash price that he quoted. Okay, what are your hours now?
6 to 2:30.
6 to 2:30?
Mhm.
We
5 days a week.
We were really hoping as a board that you would
I
start pulling 7.
I tossed around that idea, and once we get into the winter thing, if I've got school buses run at 7 o'clock in the morning, at 6 o'clock in the morning. People go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. If I have a slippery road, I've gotta call a crew in. Or if we're already there at 6 o'clock, I don't have to pay overtime. The afternoon run, we're already there, so I don't have to pay the overtime.
How long did it take you to think of this advantage point?
I tossed around it for quite a while.
I'll let you know.
Cause I thought Charlestown and Walpole might, both those towns start at 7. They don't feel the need.
We, as a board, we cannot bring ourselves to agree that it's efficient for you to start at 6 o'clock. We just can't deal with that. Think about it tomorrow. Maybe it is, we're not highwaymen.
Well, like I said,
We don't know the implications of all of the,
if I have to call somebody in, that's 2 hours, that's state law.
yeah.
So if I call them in for an hour, I still gotta pay them 2 hours.
Well, what you have to answer and what we can't answer is what do you do between 6 and 7:30?
No, actually, we're out of the shop.
You have to answer that.
We're out of the
Are you efficiently using your time?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
quick
Everyone's working.
Quick question, you said you have to pay them 2 hours. If you call them in an hour early, you don't have to pay them 2 hours if they're continuing to work. If you call them in just for half an hour, you still have to pay them for 2 hours. You send them home.
If the state says if I call them in,
You pay them 2 hours.
I have to pay them 2 hours. That's right
If
on.
you send them home.
No,
Well, if you didn't send him home, he's paying them anyway, so. So you.
Right, that's what I'm saying, is he doesn't, if you call them in at 6 o'clock and they normally start at 7, you don't pay them another hour overtime. They continue
Oh, I
working
see what
through.
you're saying, yeah.
If you call them in at, say, 6 o'clock and then send them home at 7,
Okay.
you still have to pay them 2
Yeah,
hours.
yeah,
That's the way the law's written.
Yeah,
But if you call them in at 6, send them in at 2:30, then it's a workday, right?
Right.
it's a regular time.
Right.
Okay. You got any other questions for me?
No, you need to think about that a little bit more. Brock's gonna tell you the same thing.
It's not working on this end, let's put it that way.
You got anything else for us? Yeah, we'll have to decide next week on culverts and stuff.
Yeah, rock should actually be involved.
Yes.
Although I don't anticipate the problem.
I don't need it. What are you gonna do, what are you gonna do, Michael, to keep everybody busy until we get that first snowstorm?
Well, we got plenty to keep going in the shop, I mean,